Hey everyone, Mike Wiley from Mike Wiley TV. How are you? Anyway, today we're going to do something different, so like and subscribe. I've never done this before. I've got like 6 subscribers, I believe, so please follow me. Or don't. I really don't care. I'm just doing this for fun. So we're going to do something completely different today than our usual antics. Today we're going to be working on my Polaris Ranger XP1000 North Star Edition. And what we're going to do today is we're going to try to get a little bit of extra lift out of the Ranger. Right now it sits at just under 12 inches factory, and they ship from the factory with the shock absorbers in the inside position. There's 2 holes in the shock mounts. There's the outside hole, and the inside is right in there. I don't know if you can see it. The bolt sticking out. I took the nut off. I already started this about 5 minutes ago. I decided I'm going to videotape it for you guys. Several online forums suggest that if you move the shocks from the inside mount holes to the outside mount holes, you can get up to 1.5 inches of extra lift. But some say it compromises the ride. You get a little stiffness. And if you can see that, this is the inside mount where it comes from the factory. Here's the outside mount hole up here. There's the inside of that hole. So I'm gonna skip over all of the boring parts, just twisting nuts and bolts. But basically all you need are 2 15mm wrenches. Found it was easier to have 1 socket wrench and 1 box wrench. And that's all you have is 1 nut on each shock. And this is the right front, but you can see it's just right up there. Take the weight off the machine, obviously. Jack it up so your shock's nice and loose. Unbolt the nut from the back. Pull the bolt out. You can see this will easily move from one mount to the other. And we're just going to put the bolt in right here in that hole. Do that with all 4, and then we'll remeasure. So one of the first things I noticed doing the other side is on the front. You undo one side and you slide it over from the inside to the out. The hole is roughly 1/2, 3/4 of an inch higher than the shock itself. So I have to actually lower the unit about 1/2, 3/4 of an inch for those holes to line up. So I don't know if that's going to give us the lift effect or not, but that might be what does it right there. And you can see the shock standing more straight up and down than typically when on the inside hole. So we have the shocks in the front have been adjusted to the outside holes. Just gonna take the jack down. We'll just do a quick measurement. I'm sure it's gonna be higher than after we move it around a bit. About 13 inches. So we've gained about 1.25 inches so far. Again though, typically you have to move the machine around. The shocks will settle down. So one thing you may run into on the back is getting the shock from one side of the frame to the other. All I did was take the 15mm nut off of the sway bar link, and I was able to just compress it down, move it over to the other side. Now I'll just lower the body back down onto the shock. We'll bolt her in, and we'll put that nut back on the sway bar link. One thing you may need to do is just grab like a little pipe wrench or some channel locks, vice grips. Grab onto the actual sway bar link itself. Sometimes you're turning that nut, the link actually spins, so just grab onto it with another tool. You should be fine. Another quick tip I could share with you is make sure you undo the shock first. When you undo the sway bar, it actually puts too much pressure on the shock bolt and you won't be able to get it out. And once you get that sway bar link nut off, again, just jack the side-by-side up a little bit. Make sure you get that tire off the ground a little bit. That way you know there's no pressure up there, because you will be pushing down on that shock a little bit to get it out. Let me show you here where it hits. See, it just hits a little bit right up there. Nothing major. I wish I could videotape me using the pry bar. I'm by myself today. Not that the video would be any better. So everything's buttoned up, bolted down tight. We rocked it back and forth quite a bit. We got the shocks to settle down. And I will say, it doesn't seem to ride any differently. And I got about 1 inch lift. So we're now at about 12 3/4 there in the back. And we're at 11.5 in the back. And we're at 11 3/4 in the front. It seems to be at 12 3/4 for both. So go with 1 inch in the front, 1 1/4 in the back is what we got out of that. And really not much of a difference in ride. Allegedly, I do have a plow. I guess the shocks in the upright position do aid in hauling the extra weight. So hopefully this is helpful. I know a lot of people have been asking about this, and I don't know if I helped or not, but I did it to mine, so you can do it to yours. It's been Mike Wiley reporting live from Mike Wiley TV. Over and out.